concerning Yellowstone Supervolcano. The geologists saying the amount of time is shocking. Why Yellowstone volcano could erupt faster than they believed. Now, we know that it's erupted 3 times in the past 2 million years, super eruptions, 2.1 million years ago, 1.3 million years ago, and 640,000 years ago. It's had a large lava eruption 70,000 years ago, and another 80 eruptions since then. And they've discovered that the caldera, which is the second largest supervolcano in the world, could rumble back to life much faster than they previously thought. This is a discovery that led one expert to conclude it's shocking how little time is required to take it to the edge of an eruption, meaning here a super eruption. The United States Geological Survey, USGS, says these claims are unsubstantiated, that another super eruption, a mammoth eruption, could be overdue. They're saying that they're constantly watching the seismographs around Yellowstone National Park for any signs of anything out of the ordinary. But in 2017, scientists from Arizona State University published a study suggesting that this dormant giant Godzilla of a volcano could develop the conditions needed to erupt much quicker than previously believed. After they analyzed minerals in fossilized ash from the most recent super eruption 640,000 years ago, researchers hypothesized that the volcano last woke up after 2 influxes of fresh magma flowed into the reservoir under the caldera. The minerals revealed that the critical changes in temperature and composition built up in a matter of decades, not centuries as they previously believed, but decades. Chris Till, geologist at Arizona State University, said, "We expected that there might be processes happening over thousands of years preceding the eruption," but graduate student Hannah Shan Lu added that it's shocking how little time is required to take a volcanic system from being quiet and sitting there to the edge of an eruption. Carrie Cooper, geochemist at the University of California, Davis, who was not involved in the research, said Ms. Shamlu and Dr. Till's research offered more insights into the time frames of the Yellowstone super eruptions. She said it's one thing to think about this slow, gradual buildup. It's another thing to think about how you mobilize 1,000 cubic kilometers of magma in 10 years. But scientists in charge of Yellowstone Volcano Observatory, Michael Pollan, said there is no reason to fear such an eruption. He says, "We see interesting things happening here all the time, but we have not seen anything that would lead us to believe that the sort of magmatic event described by the researchers is happening." Dr. Pollan added that the research overall is somewhat preliminary, but quite tantalizing. In addition, recent research from the University of Leicester of the UK, published in the journal Geology, suggests that Yellowstone may be losing its strength. Scientists announced the discovery of 2 newly identified super eruptions associated with Yellowstone hotspot track, concluded that they believed what believed was the volcanic province's largest and most cataclysmic event. The results indicate the hotspot, which today fuels the Fermi's geysers, 60% of the geysers of the world are located here in Yellowstone, and that they may be waning in intensity. Dr. Thomas Knott, lead author, said, "We discovered that deposits previously believed to belong to multiple smaller eruptions were in fact colossal sheets of volcanic material from 2 previously unknown super eruptions about 8.7 million years ago and 9 million years ago. The younger of the 2, the Great Landing super eruption, is now the largest recorded event of the entire Snake River Yellowstone volcanic province. It's one of the top 5 eruptions of all time." Now, both of the newly discovered eruptions of 8.7 and 9 million years ago occurred in the Miocene. That's the interval of geologic time between 23,000 and 5.3 million years ago, meaning the recurrence rate of Yellowstone hotspot super eruptions on average would be once every 500,000 years. By comparison, 2 super eruptions have taken place in what is now Yellowstone National Park during the past 3 million years. Dr. Knott said it therefore seems that Yellowstone hotspot has experienced a threefold decrease in its capacity to produce supereruption events, and this is a very significant decline, he said. This is on Express UK by Callum Hoare. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.